In this week's episode of the Social Update, Instagram gives us a brand new sticker called Adios, Meta is planning on opening retail stores to sell VR equipment, and Facebook adds new creator monetization tools. Let's get into the show. Hi, my name is Brian and welcome to the Social Update, the weekly show where I give you everything that's happening in social media and the creator economy. So Instagram has given us a brand new sticker. Now, if you've been watching the show, or even if you haven't, I've been talking about the sticker for a few months and a few weeks. It's been coming. It was once called Prompt. But basically, the premise of the sticker is to contribute to like a community collective story thread that just kind of keeps on going and going and going as long as people keep adding yours. So you have the sticker and you'll say, hey, show me your favorite movie, and then someone will click the add yours button and then it goes up into their story creation mode and they can add like a picture of their favorite movie, which could be like The Matrix, and then they post it and then someone else can see that sticker and do the same thing. I've seen add your stickers with 100,000, I've seen them with 5 entries, I've seen them with 1,000,000 entries. This was really a really interactive, collective, collaborative, really good sticker for really great engagement. Now, I noticed that on the sticker you can toggle whether it shows the author or doesn't show the author. To a certain extent, some of these stickers, it doesn't really matter who started it. But obviously sometimes as a creator, sometimes you might want to get a little bit of recognition so that when somebody does open up the collective Add Yours story, they can see your name as the original creator and maybe check you out. Now, I've checked a few out. I saw one about hairstyles, I saw someone about New York, I saw something about pictures that didn't make the gram or videos that didn't make the gram. And you could go on forever because there's hundreds and thousands of entries and then you can really kind of go on forever. I'm not really sure whether it's a great platform for discovery, like, hey, show me your Twitter feed or link to your YouTube. I'm not really sure. It could be, but so far it seems like a really fun, engaging way to put the fun back in stories, which it never left, by the way. And obviously stories is Instagram's most engaging tool, and I feel like they should kind of maybe take some of the features from stories and put them in the feed to kind of get a bit more engagement, like polls, for instance. But I think that's a video for another time. But let me know what you think about the Add Your sticker, and please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see my lovely face every week giving you the updates. Meta, which was previously known as Facebook, is reportedly planning on opening a few retail stores to sell VR equipment and other equipment. So if you didn't hear the news, Facebook changed their name to Meta, but Facebook.com is still Facebook, but Meta is the parent company that kind of houses everything they do. And if you didn't know that, one of the companies that now Meta owns is a company called Oculus, and they make VR goggles. So Facebook has been trying to create a 3D kind of metaverse space for quite a few years. It just hasn't really hit commercial status yet. So in order to kind of help them sell more of these goggles, I guess they're opening up retail stores where you could probably go in, trying a pair of goggles and decide, hey, yeah, I want to buy them. Down in the UK, down in the UK, a pair of Oculus Quest 2 VR goggles will fetch you about £399. If you didn't know, Facebook actually has a few other physical products. They recently just launched a pair of smart glasses with Ray-Ban, and it's glasses that basically has a camera in it and it's got a microphone in it, and you can take pictures and upload them to your stories and all kinds of stuff, kind of like the Snap Spectacles. I say kind of, but it's exactly like the Snap Spectacles. Again, I don't think it was a product that they were expecting to kind of kick off, or maybe they were, I really don't know. But they definitely wanted it to be a product that looked cool, hence why they partnered with Ray-Bans to kind of get into this smart devices sector. Again, I think I spoke about this on previous videos. I don't think the world really needs glasses with a camera in it. I mean, that's pretty invasive, but again, that's another video about privacy issues in itself. But again, it didn't really kick off. They also have this other device called Portal, which is basically just a thing for FaceTime. So it's great for connecting via WhatsApp. You want to talk to your family while you're in the kitchen. I think it displays the weather. I think you can have recipes on it. It's not really an internet device. I don't necessarily think you can search the internet on it, but it's there as a portal to help you connect. Again, hasn't really kicked off. There were some privacy issues earlier about it, but it hasn't really kicked off. But retail shop to have these physical items in there, kind of like Facebook's first Apple store, will definitely help to kind of resolve the image issues and maybe the privacy issues by being able to interact with these things in store, right? You go into a store, you touch an iPhone, you touch an Apple Mac, it feels good, it looks good, you want to buy it, right? So versus buying technology online that you haven't seen, that you haven't touched, and you maybe just watching a video demonstration about. So I really think this is a good idea. Facebook is really trying hard to be at the forefront of creating a metaverse, not the metaverse, but one of the many metaverses that will be created by many different companies. And I think selling their VR goggles to enter such metaverse is a really big step for them. So going retail and actually being able to physically go into a shop, try one of these bad boys on, and actually like seeing it would be really, really helpful. I would love to go down to a shop and try VR goggles, but that's definitely the next step in the evolution of Facebook, Meta, and the metaverse, right, as we know. Facebook, not Meta, actual Facebook.com, still a social media site, still there for creators and people and groups, is actually in beef with Apple. They've been in beef with Apple for quite a long time, as well as other companies like Fortnite and Spotify, because Apple takes a 30% cut of any money that gets transacted through any app through the App Store. So obviously if you have an iPhone, all the apps that you will ever download will come through the App Store. There is no other store that you can kind of download apps in. But if you make a purchase in that app, Apple takes 30%. So for every pound, Apple gets 30p. So then obviously, for instance, like something like Spotify, if people sign up in the app, they get less money than if somebody signs up on their website. And that's clearly a problem, because if you have millions of people signing up in an app, you're ultimately getting less money and someone is ultimately kind of effectively paying more money somewhere else. And it became a huge lawsuit. And one of the rules that Apple had was that you could not tell someone inside an app to go and sign up via the website. You had to tell them to pay in the app so Apple could get a cut. And Apple said, hey, we've got all the infrastructure. We helped you guys even build this app. We gave you all the infrastructure to take payment, so you owe us 30%. Now, 30% is kind of high. I think like 10-15% would have been maybe okay with these people, but 30% is a pretty high fee for hosting an app in an app store. It's the same with Google, but that's neither here or there. Again, that's a whole other news, whole other video. So they took them to court, and the court said, hey, listen, you guys make a lot of money. You have to allow these other companies to make money, because essentially Apple has a monopoly in the App Store, right? There is no other App Store. You have to use it. So if I have to use it, then there must be other ways for me to make money, against these rules. So they said, hey, you can't tell them not to prompt their users to go and sign up online and usurp the 30% cut that, you get, right? So what Facebook have done now is created a link in the app for creators who have subscription feature access. So this is not available to everyone. So if you're a Facebook creator or wanted to be a Facebook creator, some people already have the access to create fan subscriptions, kind of like Patreon, kind of like OnlyFans, right? And now Facebook has given them a link where you can take that link and text it, send it, DM it to someone, and that link allows them to sign up to a fan subscription, but it's obviously not in app because it's a link, so it's going to use a web browser. So that kind of goes around the 30% cut that Apple wants to take from Facebook. Also, Facebook does not take a cut. So if someone pays a fan subscription of £10, the creator gets £10. And Facebook is doing this until 2023 to give creators a chance at creating money for themselves and creating a career for themselves, essentially, right? So Facebook is very, very, very much still here for the creators on Instagram, and I'm guessing on Facebook too. They're beefing Apple, which is good and which is bad, but hey, it's good because they've created an initiative and a feature like this to allow people to get money. Hopefully the creator fan subscription service will kind of be open to everyone rather sooner than later. They've been doing this since about 2019. I think just a lot of testing to see what people will be doing is just going on, but hopefully it will be released to everyone. But that is it for this week's The Social Update. Let me know what you thought about everything down in the comments, and you've officially been updated, and I will see you next week.